Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We're back again. Now I'm going to just jump right into this. And you tell me if any of these things sound familiar coming from MAGA or Republicans or conservatives, whatever you want to call them, okay? Oh, we're colorblind. We don't see color. They don't see color. Well, I find that highly convenient because they sure do see color when it comes to Obama or Kamala or heck, even Jasmine Crockett. They sure do see color when it comes to that, but they don't see color any of the rest of the time. That's really just an excuse for them to avoid talking about racism. They say, oh, we don't see color. That's code word for we very much see color, but it's uncomfortable conversation we don't want to have. Okay? Tell me if this sounds familiar. Oh, liberals, especially when they're talking about a black Republican or a black conservative. Oh, this is somebody that thinks for himself. Those liberals don't think for themselves. They're all brainwashed. None of them know how to think for themselves. Okay, buddy. You don't know how to drive, that's for sure. Okay? Tell me, does that sound familiar? Have you ever heard them say that? When they're talking about, they don't see color, but they always say that when it comes to a black Republican or a black conservative. Oh, this is somebody that thinks for themselves, right? Why is it that in order for you to think, for them to believe that you think by yourself, that you have to think like them? They want you to join their herd, and that makes you think for yourself. Does that make any sense? Okay, tell me when I'm getting it wrong, okay? Why is it that they are against diversity? Right? DEI, they're against diversity, except when they want to trot out a black or brown person that thinks like them or agrees with them. Then they're all for diversity. See how that works? Well, there's a reason that they do these things, okay? There's a reason. And it all points to this reality, okay? I'm getting there. I'm getting there, okay? It's that MAGA folks are mediocre. That's what they're mad about. They're mad that they realize how mediocre they are. It's always the white boys crying, okay? They're mad because they think somebody's taking their jobs. Well, sir, sorry, you grew up in America and had a high school education and know how to speak the language. If somebody could come and take your job, not only are you a failure at life, you're not very good at your job. If somebody that doesn't even speak English can take it from you, you're not in the top 10. You're not even in the top 20. You're always they're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're mediocre. Because the top dogs ain't worried about the people in last place. They ain't worried about somebody coming and taking their job because they know they're the top ones that do it. The only people that complain are mediocre folks that know they're not good enough. You're not in the top. You're worried about the number 20th person to come along and do your job that can take it from you. Instead, you should be worried about trying to get into the top 10. But no, that's why you're mediocre, okay? Does that make sense? Only the people that are worried about being in last place and being replaced. Nobody that's in the top 10 is getting replaced, getting their job taken. Nobody that's in the top 10 is worried about a diversity hire because you're too valuable. You're not going anywhere. The only people that are worried about that are the ones who know they're not good enough to be the best. That's it. It's because they're mediocre. They know they're mediocre. That's really what they're mad about. When they talk about being replaced, it's because they know they're not good enough to be a top dog. They're not the best in their own line of work. That's why they're being replaced by anybody. Okay? If you're worried about that 1 in 20, that diversity hire, like 1 out of 20 has to be a minority or a woman, that means you're not in the top 20. You're not even in the top 20 in your job. Those are the people that are worried about it. Just think about that. Keep that in mind, okay? And why is this all important? Is because it points to the reality. It points to the reality that they don't want to understand that there is no such thing as white superiority. You're mediocre. If you can be replaced, you're mediocre. You're not superior. And that's the problem. They've been told that since little kids. Oh, we're superior. Oh, we're entitled to X, Y, Z. The reality is that's not the case. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and you guys have a good afternoon.